You know what's happening, everyone? Today is the 8th of May, 2015, 16. It's time to shave. Looking forward to this. I'm very tired and pretty sure that I'm going to be falling asleep immediately after I get this thing uploaded to the YouTube. Today's brush is going to be, excuse me, Morrison forndran 2XL. In a blonde ting. It is a, this is just a regular faux ivory handle. Today's soap. Oh, fucking now. Happy Mother's Day, Samantha. And everybody else. Hope you guys have been enjoying, hope everybody's been enjoying their Mother's Day. Regardless of whether or not you're a parent. Oh man, I'm pretty worn out right about now. Today was a little warm, not mega warm, but it was a little warm today. Warmer than it has been for the past few days, that's for certain. And I washed my car, and I actually spent a good amount of time doing so. And I'm pretty white as a result. Let's go ahead and get this lather belted. This stuff smells really good. You probably don't remember, but I used this in a video once before, and I'd mentioned that it reminds me of something. It reminds me of a creed, and I was able to determine what it is that it reminds me of. This reminds me of Millesime Imperial by Creed. Now, that's not to say that this is a dupe or anything like that at all. That's to say that the spices in this scent remind me quite a bit of the spicy notes in Creed's Millesime Imperial. This is a great little brush. I wish it was fan-shaped, but you know what? Quite frankly, it gets the job done as is. It holds enough, whoa, how's about that prepubescent voice break there? Sound like the kid from The Simpsons. It holds sufficient lather for all 3 passes, which, or for all my passes, I should say, because I don't do 3 passes real well. But, can't really ask for much more than that out of a brush. The double ring. So it is it's a bit of an older brush. It's not a super old brush, but it is an older brush. All the current XL handles, 1, 2, and 3, are they're all triple ring style. Yeah, man, this is a great little brush. I picked this one up from on the Shave Nook. Canadian guy was selling it around Christmas time. So I picked it up from him, and man, this thing rules. Great amount of scrub, good amount of backbone. It's not the stiffest brush in the world, but yeah, the density and the backbone are spot on with this brush. This is a really good brush. I thought for a while of trading this one away, but I don't see myself doing that now. Today's razor. Today's razor, above the tie, R2 Kronos handle. It's been a while since I've used this thing. Gillette Silver Blue. So, today's UFC event just finished up. Let's do this. Today's UFC event just finished up. The main event was Alistair Overeem versus Andrei Arlovsky. They're both heavyweights. Big dudes. I think they're 6'3" and 6'4". Arlovsky being the taller of the two. Both right around 265 pounds. Swole. And Alistair Overeem finished the fight with a Karate Kid crane kick. Are you for real right now? It's ridiculous. Who does that? If you guys can find that finish, look for it. It's insane. I'm not really the world's biggest Overeem fan, but man, that was pretty impressive. So yeah, 19 days from today, I'll be in Detroit, Michigan. 21 days from right now, I think I'm going to be at Hart Plaza. I think there's somebody playing right now. I remember the evening. I remember there's people that I want to check out in the evening. So I'll probably be at the festival right now in 21 days. And I say at the festival because I mean that like as opposed to in the hotel room recuperating. So, like I mentioned earlier, I washed my car earlier today. I had to because A, it was dirty, B, I like it when it's clean, and C, it had a bunch of dead bugs on it. I did some recreational motor coaching yesterday, which something that I like to try to do. And I went on, I found, or excuse me, I did a little bit of research. There's a road called the Cherahela Skyway. It's in North Carolina and Tennessee. When I jumped on the Skyway in North Carolina and took it back to Tennessee, and on the way there, from here, I took U.S. Highway 129 to Robbinsville, North Carolina. U.S. 129, for the motorcyclists among us, is probably something a road that you may recognize. If you do recognize it, you probably recognize it under the name The Tail of the Dragon. Excuse me. It's a very famous road, particularly for the motorcyclists. It's advertised as having 318 curves, I believe it is, in 11 miles. Long story short, that road is pretty much like Walmart. In that it gets the job done. It definitely, I mean, it's as advertised. It's a very curvy mountain road. But there were so many people there. So many people. I was behind. Man, it looked like a caravan of people that did not know each other. The traffic was just so dense. And, yeah, like I said, it was still a good drive, don't get me wrong. But it was very curvy. I will say, you know, I immediately compared it to Tennessee State Highway 32, close to a little town called Cosby, Tennessee, which, as I understand, was like a huge moonshining capital back when that was a thing. Tennessee State Route 32 is about 11 miles long. The good part of 32 is about 11 miles long, just like the Tail of the Dragon. Excuse me. But quite frankly, I think it has more turns. On the Tail of the Dragon, you can pick up speed. There weren't straights per se, But there were turns and curves that you didn't really have to lose a bunch of speed over, you know, to get through safely. Whereas on 32, if I could make it to 20 miles an hour on Highway 32, that was a stressful 20 miles an hour. Which sounds funny, but man, if you see that road on Google Maps, and I'll link it. I'll link all these roads that I'm talking about. Yeah, you'll see why. The Google Street View of Highway 32, quite frankly, sucks. And that's a shame. But anyway, so yeah, I took 129 to get to the Skyway. So after I did the official Dragon, everybody was pulled over, I guess, at some little social gathering place, whatever. Bunch of motorcycles, and a bunch of damn motorcycles. I'm not really the world's biggest fan of motorcyclists. Well, I shouldn't say motorcyclists. I just don't like motorcycles too much. Particularly Harley Davidsons. Oh, the worst. Excuse me. Man, every time I take this brush and lather up down here is when I just get reminded of what a fantastic little brush this is. Lee, you're a bad man. Confirmed bad man. So once I got past the touristy part of 129, 129 opened up. And it was nowhere near as curvy, but it was a beautiful drive. It pretty much followed a river. Oh, excuse me, a lake, some sort of body of water. I think it was a river and a lake. But it followed some body of water. And this razor is sailing. I do have a few weepers on the dome. Again, this this one has a higher propensity to cut me than most of my Wolfmans, but it's still an excellent, excellent razor. So I took 129 to North Carolina 143 in Robbinsdale, North Carolina. .143 took me to the Cherahela Skyway, and just before I really got in it, I stopped at like a little scenic overview sort of thing, and talked to a couple guys that were stopped at the same thing, and asked them how the road was, because I'd never been on it, etc. So just trying to see what to expect or whatever. And the dudes was like, "Yo, man, this is a fantastic road. If you've ever driven the Tail of the Dragon, you'll enjoy this one way more. It's way more scenic. People aren't on it going 3 miles an hour, posing for the pictures, because there's people set up on the side of the road of 129 taking photos of everyone driving by." So, yeah, and they were absolutely right. Stunning, stunning drive. It wasn't as technically demanding as the Dragon or 32. Nowhere near as demanding as 32. But it was a beautiful drive. It was far more scenic. And there were lots of places to pull out and have a look at, the mountains that are around. And man, it was great. I had that road to myself for pretty much an hour, and I could not believe it. I don't know how many times I don't know how many times I was driving along at that road, on that road, doing like 60 miles an hour or something, just yelling, "This is incredible! This is unbelievable!" I was like a kid, for real. And I did not run across anybody for like an hour. It was, man, it was beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, this is like the first high-end razors that I got, these above the ties. And using this razor, excuse me, using this razor with this Gillette Silver Blue reminds me why it is that I bought a ton of Gillette Silver Blues, because you don't know anybody that has more Silver Blues than I do unless they're selling them. This is perfect. So yeah, Cherahela Skyway. I took that road down, now towards the end, when I started getting towards Madisonville, Tennessee, I did run into some people. But that's okay, because by that point, all the curves were done, and I can actually drive like a sane person and take in the views instead of having to pull off every time that, you know, I wanted to have a look around. So, that was yesterday. About 180 miles. Took me 6 hours to do it. I was driving pretty leisurely. And I did stop at some of the hokey little attractions along the way. Got myself a sticker for the dragon. Duh. Wreck with it. And I found some photos of myself on the dragon. There's a site, killboy.com. With one of the guys that, you know, set up shop along the side of the road, taking pictures of the people as they pass by. And you'll see a picture of me and my baby girl trucking along. It was right around 3:30 p.m. or so. I would link it, but I don't know, the links just don't work. Like I said, it's around 3:30 on Saturday the 7th. It's a black 335 with the roof down and a very bald, very Puerto Rican, very bearded man piloting that car, looking very serious to make sure he doesn't hit anybody. Give me 1 second, let me do this. Word. So yeah, I made it down to Madisonville, Tennessee, which I completely forgot is the home base of one Alan Benton. Perhaps you may know who that is. If you don't know, if you've ever been to any sort of foodie restaurant, you probably have had his creations. He's very famous for his smoked meats. His bacon is way over the top. It is the smokiest bacon in the entire world. His country hams are the countryest hams on earth. I don't know what that means, but they have to be the countryest hams on earth. Excuse me. But yeah, I ran across his spot. It was closed. I got there about an hour after it closed, and that sucks. Cause I definitely would have stopped in there and got my people some surprise bacon or some surprise ham. That's a homeboy right there. That's a homeboy. Not because I'm pointing a shaving knife at you, but because if I'll surprise you with bacon or, you know, surprise bacon or surprise country ham. It's love. It's irrefutable. 1 second. Nicky Lee Soapworks. Suck it, nah. Man, this stuff is really good. Still have a wee touch of lather in this brush. Not a whole lot. I mean, it's still plenty for like 2 passes or something, but yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Actually, that's not bad at all. Man, I'm glad I gave this brush a chance. I'm telling you, I was very ready to sell it. Not sell it, trade it away. Seriously, Samantha and Eric, if you guys take a whiff of that Cree that I was talking about, Melissa Imperial, it reminds me a lot of the sucker. My brother is going to be sending me a GoPro, and I'm going to be recording a little blast through the mountains pretty soon, and of course I'll upload it here. It should be pretty good. I bought a microphone as well, so I can put it in the back so you guys can listen to the sounds. I want to try to have 2 separate mics, 2 separate mono mics to do as stereo. One in the back to hear the exhaust, and one up front so you can hear all the engine sounds, the induction, the turbo spooling up, all that good stuff. Because I just think that stuff sounds beautiful, you know. Today's aftershave, of course, is the souq. This one does have menthol in it. I do remember that. I don't remember how much is in it. Probably not an offensive amount. That's alright, because it smells so damn good anyway. Above the Tie R2, what a great razor, man. Seriously, it's been months. It seems like months since I used the thing. I've been spoiled, James. I've been spoiled. But yeah, man. I wish that there was something between the R and the M in the Above the Tie world. Maybe something 70% the blade gap of the R. I think that would fill a really nice little hole in the product line. Because even though, excuse me, the R plate occupies the space between the M and the H, it's closer to the H than it is to the M. And with that said, that is it. I hope you guys have had a good week. I hope you will have a good week. I don't know that I'm going to be recording a video next weekend, but I'm definitely going to be recording a video the weekend after that. It'll be the Detroit Techno remix of Shaving. I'm hyped, man. Anyways, I hope you guys be well, and I'll see you soon. Peace.